Today's date is the 27th of May, 2026. The time now is 12:08 a.m. Namdi, this video is on consciousness. So you are addressing the hard, easy problem consciousness, easy and hard problem consciousness. Why aren't we perfect mindless zombies? Why aren't we perfect? For every problem, there's a perfect solution. I'm thinking about this computationally, but because I'm thinking about this computationally, but more philosophically, because it's not a computational problem. It's not just a computational problem; it's a philosophical problem. Why aren't we to perfectly inform mindless like zombies, mindless zombies? Why isn't consciousness that? Why easy problem consciousness? Why do we have the easy problem consciousness? Which means the easy problem is literally why are we all conscious? Why are we all aware? Why does it need to be awareness? I think I think the words of thinking. Thinking is like when you are having some kind of problem that is new, and you have found a new solution. Because the condition that you have genetically, when you have a new problem, like for example, I have a straw and a cup, and a straw and a yogurt and a sealed container of plastic, and I pulled the robot. And this is ice cream sundae. So I have say I damage one end of the straw, and I flip the straw over. Why do I flip the straw over? Because the end of the tip is damaged. So this is it's basically because the two ends of straw, the two ends of straw. I flip it over to puncture the end of a other way. What I'm saying is that we are perfect. Why we're perfect with man zombie. Why are we not perfect? We could be consciously adaptive, because if I took the straw and the straw went inside the cup, inside the ice cream sundae, and I have the straw bend. It's a plastic, being plastic. Then this straw is reusable. But I have not created a problem for myself. I've created a way to I've damaged the straw one end, so but it can still usable, so I can still complete the task with the other end of the straw. So I take my intuition, I use my conscious intuition, flip the straw over from the damaged end and flip it so I have a better end. I have a different end of the straw that's used that I can use. To ice cream sundae. When I'm saying ice cream sundae, ice cream yogurt. Yogurt is basically you can't ice cream yogurt. Because it can be, when it's melted. For me personally, it's like a part of the problem. Because I'm thinking with my brain. And if it's a yogurt, you can use a spoon, or I use a straw. I can use a straw because it depends on the brand, on the item. I think of the raw yogurt. I'm referring to raw yogurt. Because you can come through straws with the amount of force you exert on the opposite end of the vacuum. Yogurt. It's yogurt. So if I have a yogurt, and it's basically something I bought, and I have a straw. I'm taking yogurt with using a straw to take it. The problem applies here. But instead of the caveats of problems that because things aren't defined strictly as systems. Because the rule is dynamic. For example, you have the kind of things that are brittle, or imprecise, or imposition, the position of nature, and the calculation of our brains to calibrate, the calculation of our system, our calibration of where we perceive the world, so we are thinking about how this works out in the real world. So the one framing here is that my point here is that the why we all more mental beings, why we are mindless. Zombies are mindless. Zombies are zombies are mindless, and They don't think on themselves. They follow cognitive algorithm, and they But I'm not talking about zombies. I'm talking about consciousness. Consciousness. So consciousness is why we're aware. Why we're what we're doing. Why is there needs to be aware? Why aren't we just following predefined algorithms that are perfect and computable? Why is there a need for consciousness? Why is there a need for awareness? Why is why is there a need for conscience to able to do this right? Because if we're all computational beings, if we can compute, if we can just do it, without being biologically, why do you need for high level consciousness, high level cognition, a high ability to do something, and high level consciousness? Why do you need for consciousness? I like to reference some of the philosophers, but but I mean, psychologists, too, because their work is very can address the problem too, so fruit, I don't think what's the problem with the material world? The real world is material. Our mind is not material. So the rule is material. So I'm a material girl, that statement. I'm a material man, you prefer material things. You buy love, you buy your wife I don't know wife you buy your wife a car, and she knows she loves you because she can't she's if you give her love, she needs to show the love to a woman, material things, why and the man is not the man is non-material. So how do you model something that's non-material? Non-material, it's basically a conceptualization of the mind and the philosophy of having your own space in your mind, because you don't in my mind, I don't compute in kind of material stuff. I can have material things in my mind, and some don't things to say they never take a space. They never take a space of volume or shape. I can reshape them, shape those things in my mind. Like this table here in front of me, I'm staring at you, I can, depending on, for me, I'm tripolar, there's nothing that it's not, it's a material item because it's physical. I can hit on it, I can hit my hand on it, but in my mind, this table is still material. It's just a complete, it's a material thing, I feel like, when you know something is a danger, you have a natural intuition to like hot stove. Hot stove is material, but that hot stove is basically gonna be liquefied. So if you tap if you have a hot stove and a table, a hot stove and a table, you compare the two, how would the that's not material, it behaves like more of the material items, material things you can touch and feel, and you can exempt some kind of information on. But the mind is not like that. Why is that? It's not rigid. It's not rigid. There's nothing rigid about the mind. No corners, no nothing, no way, just perception. If you're allowed, because your mind allows you to, it's I feel like it's more of a simulation. It's basically it's something that you have, and you use it to perceive the world around you. So it doesn't need to be material. It just needs to be flexible. Something that needs to be But how can you derive an equation for this kind of system? Because you can use it to perceive things that are material too. So if the one is not material, if the one is software, then how does this connect to the physical world? That's a big problem in philosophy anyway. And basically the qualia. Had a problem with the mind consciousness. I had a video on bubble qualia, the mind being like a bubble, but I haven't really explored that properly. You see, I'm going bit by bit, exploring bit by bit. I'm trying to explore how this can be mathematically modeled for an entity, that will be that will be loaded in the mind. If possible. But the mind is like a is a it's literally there. It's and you don't think about your mind. You don't you can I love mental condition, not material stuff and mental condition, meta cognition. thinking about thinking. That's more mindful. I like to put it because cognition is about one's ability to do something. And no, is that wrong? Cognition. Cognition. Cognition is about one's ability to do something, and then metacognition is about one's ability to know they can do something, and that's where the mind falls into the category. It's about ability for one to know they have got and if that's not the case, then the non-mature mind is has to have something which reminds me of concepts of infinities, infinity. It's about my infinity. Infinity is only on which is Baba is uncountable infinity, uncountable infinite, infinity, there's no infinity, there's no, it's just a void. My mind is just a void. It's like, how can you define something as void? Not to have some unbound edges, unbound construct, unbound entities, and for my mind, if I'm OB, Eze, and Uche, for me personally, my mind extremes exerts into three states, OB is derived from which OB is born first. Eze OB and then Eze is lineage, so the right lineage of I call it lineage. OB is at the center. Eze is at the left. Um and Uche is at his right angle to uh, uh down and left of OB. So but this is a tripolar state. I don't even know why I'm born like this, but my mind has. In fact, I can conceptualize infinity. This concept of infinity means unboundness, unbound. Like conceptualize infinity. It's I can have a space. I can create a space in my mind or what I used to call my happy places. I create a space in my mind where there's an unboundness, it's unbounded, there's no edges, and you can keep going forever. You can keep going forever. You keep going booking forever, forever, forever. Those constructs don't exist in the world. But why is that? Why can my mind do this? My mind can do this. I can create infinite planes, infinite planes. I can conceptualize infinity. But when I come and then mathematically derive that because I can then mathematically derive that infinity. But I have to learn calculus and learn all that stuff, and then to put it down to material paper. But right now I'm writing on my notebook. I'm trying to formalize how my mind can create infinite dimensions, infinite spaces. That I can access. That people I can feel like people access it too. Or what I call entities. People that but because it's only me that that's this stage. It sounds like a kind of a farce. It sounds like kind of a I'm making it up. But I'm pretty sure what I'm experiencing is real. Just like a access. So Obi, Eze, Uche. So this is Obi. This is Eze's here. This is Uche's here. So this is the plane. Like it's usually left hand rule. No, right hand rule. So this is right-handed. This is my left hand rule. It's a left hand rule. So I was born with left dominant brain, but with left dominant brain. But they beat that out of me. So I'm now right-handed. So even for tasks, everything in my mind operates in halves. Which, if in three halves, in three quarter halves. What do you mean by three halves? Three halves is very important to understand for me personally because OB can do something in a half. OB can anticipate to do something in a half. LC can anticipate to do something in a half. And it's called three half rule. Three halves rule. Three halves. And OB's half is the three halves of his mind. OB's thought process. Thoughts process. LC's thought process is a half. And that's anticipation. Obviously, half done. This is half done. If it's half done, it's not half done. It's not half and done. You got three halves. You got anticipation, which is three quarters. Three quarters. It's like thought thinking. Thinking. This is why it's called thinking. So thinking is like a three quarters process. So you go a quarters anticipation before anticipation, uh, half done, three half done, three half done. So basically, which you can have. So say the one like kicking a ball, I'm trying to kicking a ball in the net, as a goalkeeper, goalkeeper kicking a ball, and if I'm thinking as will be each, let's say, I can decide to take a low shot, a corner, hit the post shot. I call it a post shot. I don't know what the word is for this, and a flick of the ball into the goal. Doesn't make sense. A low shot, a corner, a mid corner shot. And I don't know, see, but these are all operations of, I think, So if I take a low shot, who's taking a low shot? Is that OB shot? Looking to show to football shot. Is he taking a football shot and Uche is taking a football shot, But these are all models of what is there, So there are people here that are trying to encode themselves into fabric of space time, just like me. I'm not the only one gonna be there, but that would mean being on, it will now be on the internet. The scientists trying to develop algorithms to encode themselves in from. For me, what this matters is it's just like it's not just luxury; it's a necessity. Having food, water, shelter is not optional. So that's what I think is first. And addressing kind of things that have dualities in them. But the mind is not the brain. The brain is not the mind. These are different operating systems. Then like the operating entities operating this thing, because it's more than just a brain and a head and the body. It's something more going on, that we can't, fathom. But I know. For me, sometimes I can download information about, I used to do this. I used to do this kind of experiment. When I'm tripolar, I can download information in my head, but I have to like pull that in. So it takes time. But when that's my brain stores it. Then what is tripolness? Let me try that now. So I'm gonna try to do it now. So I want to find out what is tripolness one. So I'll pull that in and wait for the date. I'll set the date of 1 month's time. Because it takes about like a month to do this. So basically, 27th of 6th of 2026. So the same date next month. So same month. So what's tripolness? And and then that's the goal. So basically, this can pull information of what tripolness is. Let's see what it's like. So let's see what it likes on the lattice. So basically, on the space. If this answer is there, it's like Google search on the mind. It's a mind Google search. So if this answer, if I get something, I'll relay it to you guys on the same date. Or if I forget it, then I'll, because it's a Google search of the mind, I'm trying to find out how to address these problems, with kind of a computation, form. But, let's continue. So the goalkeeper is there, and the goalkeeper, is a conscious being. Let's say it's a robot. It's a robot. It's just a robot that's a For me, this is a problem. If I kick a shot, low shot, you both can get. If I take a post shot and get it, if I take a mid shot, it's about getting the gateway to the robot goalkeeper to because these are good computational algorithms. So why aren't we computers like this robot? But why aren't we robots? Why won't we robotic? Why do we have feelings? Why do not really feelings? Why do we have mental condition? Why do we have that mental condition? And why do we conceptualize stuff? I know more conceptualize stuff. But if I was to take the shot, I can take a low shot to the low shot will go low shot right one, and then another shot left shot mid, and top right, so you can bounce in, bounce in. This shot can easily, people that are professional can take the shot. Now if I take the shot, if we take the shot, I can, I can also switch between the tasks I'm doing. So I can if I'm taking a low shot, I can do a high shot, a mid shot. If I'm taking the shot, if I'm low to mid, if I'm low to mid shot, because I can try and treat the goalkeeper. This is a game we play in the room, and all of this I'm saying is like philosophical because it's this anticipation and half done, half scenarios of things done, half step, because these are three events can run in parallel, and by having three events that run in parallel, you have three distinct realities. Yes, distinct realities of where the ball went in, But this is basically if you practice your mind, you're practicing for the real world. You're practicing for the real world. But the real is not really material. The real is material. The mind is not material. So how can my mind contain material items? I don't even know. Because I can feel some things in my mind too. Because if I want to touch some kind of like I can. Say for example, I'm holding this pen right now. I can record how this pen feels in my hand. So this pen I'm holding right now, I'm rubbing it. Now, I'm recording the touch of this film and replay it in my mind. I can replay the sensation of. Why can't I replace the sensation in my mind? Why can't I replace the sensation of me ripping a textured pen and rubbing it like this? And you'll be feeling like I can replay when I keep the pen down. I replay the sensation in my mind, and it's replaying and it's replayed. So I can replay that sensation in my mind. It's like I don't know why I can replay the sensation in my mind, but it's something I can do. It's part of the problem. So I'm trying to have the rules that things that can be half half done, half sent, half received, half verified. But, no, basically, it's not Siggy anymore. It's consciousness, But it's a plays role of medical condition. But it can be used when Siggy protocol. But it's a system of ensuring that it works as intended. So I'm gonna end this video now. But what should I download in my hand? So also solutions from the fabric of space time, which is to give information. But I don't trust information I get from my head. Because I don't believe that it's all verifiable. Unless I ask the wrong information, I get the wrong information. But that's the way the new goes. I don't trust how the system works. Thank you for watching this video. Listen to this audio script. This video has been on metacognition and consciousness.